take a motion for the agenda and the minutes.
Motion to approve agenda and minutes.
I'll second
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion will carry. Rich,
it. Morning.
morning.
Not a whole lot. We sent our rock maps out for quote last week, so we'll get them back here in a week or so. We pulled the trigger on those cat motor graders. They're actually delivering them today and tomorrow, so we'll have those in our fleet. The roadway stripers, the painters are coming in this week. It's gonna start doing our annual roadway striping paint.
Ugly week for them and
Oh, yeah.
rain every other day.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, they'll bring the equipment in, whether or not they're getting them done. This week will be something. I think they're probably gonna start in Mitchell County first, but they're gonna mobilize materials, and then we're gonna start some of our mowing this week.
Okay.
Next week we'll have another guy come in, so. Other than that, I don't have a lot to talk about as far as projects go. I think Heartland wants to try to schedule a pre-con here for Wheelerwood with them, and then I'm not quite sure where the bridge is at on Killdeer down there yet. That was let a while ago. No indications yet of a start time, but as soon as I hear from them, it's over. It's that lake down there. It's the one that's got it needs some pile repaired, and it's got a separated joint on the center line. I think it's down in Killdeer. And I can't remember what it's over now.
Oh,
Okay, ain't it?
Elk Creek.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I couldn't get elk out. All I
Yeah.
could think was goose, and goose isn't right.
Right.
No, well, it is Goose Lake, but not
So,
Elk Creek, so.
but that's all I've got for you this morning.
Guys got anything for Rich?
I'm gonna zoom in my other meeting now then, and if you need anything, I can come back down or you can call. So,
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you, Rich.
Drainage. Warrants, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Good. Let's go look down.
Yep. A motion to approve stamp warrants.
Good second.
I'll second
Moved and second. Any further discussion? And on all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion will carry. Claims.
Yep.
Any questions? None, take a motion to approve the claims.
Motion to the claims.
Second,
Second.
moved and second, any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries. Reports,
No,
none today. Payroll.
I guess we can share.
Oh, good. Motion to approve the reports from the sheriff.
Motion to approve sheriff report.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Is there further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Both same sign, motion carries. Payroll.
Nope.
Liquor. License.
Nope.
Cigarettes.
Nope.
EMS Medical Service Advisory Council appointments.
I'll give you guys a list. We've got 9 people representing 10 different areas. That includes all fire departments, the sheriff, our county EMS director, and a representative from WCEA as well.
Okay.
I've talked with every fire department. I don't have names from a few of them. The only one is Fertile yet, so I'll try to get in contact with them and get a name, and hopefully maybe start having our first meeting next week. Is there anybody else that you guys recommend, or 10 enough? Nine people, I guess, 10 places.
Just like I said, as long as pretty much townships are all represented some way or another, you know.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
some of these, like I say, are doubling up, like the fire departments.
Right.
Cover one township.
and then with these, I hope obviously they'll if there is any communication, go back to the township or back to the community they're in.
Yep.
Those departments will take care of that. Like I said, if we need to throw a few more on, we sure can. Just hate to get a large number where progress is tough to get done when you get that many people, but like I say, we still want representation everywhere, so. If you guys are fine with that.
Yep.
Next week is fair week.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Okay, so maybe we'll go the following week.
You get too many on there.
I agree. Do you want this approved or? I mean, we don't have a
Names
full
on
list
it.
here, so, yeah,
I just
Yeah.
wait till you have all
if
of
you get
them.
everybody contacted and approve it next week.
Yeah, okay, I'll try to get names there.
Because we're under a deadline here, but
Well, we just gotta get everything done by end of
August
August,
or in August.
or
or-
the end of August, I believe,
I
right?
think August 31st or something. I'll have to look.
So, yeah, we want,
Because it has to be on the ballot, so whatever. it's-
yeah, whatever that deadline
Yeah.
is, so we just wanna, we're gonna keep moving on it for sure, so.
Okay.
All right, I'll try to get you a completed list next
Okay.
week.
Sounds good. Okay, the mental health advocate appointment is on here.
I just left it on there.
So
Yeah.
that is the most confusing thing in the world, but anyways, we terminated our 2080 with WHW.
Correct.
Which was mental health advocate and community services.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyways, that's terminated. We're no longer part of that group, but we had appointed Ruth as our mental health advocate.
Right.
So by leaving that 2080, we did not necessarily lose our mental health advocate.
Correct.
So she's still in that position. It's just really confusing because what you thought we got out of it, we lost everything. We had to start over. So, and I have talked with Melissa from Care Connections. That all gets paid through the region.
Okay.
So it's just something that we appoint. It comes through here, but the region takes care of it. So
Perfect.
as of now, nothing's changing. We're still covered. We have our advocate now
Yep.
with Ruth, so.
We're not doubling
The only-
down and
No.
that's what, you know,
The only thing is, she gets paid through Winnebago right now. So if they're still okay with her being paid through Winnebago, or if Worth County's
Yeah.
gonna have to set something up for,
might have
to be
look into that,
employer of
'cause-
record.
Yeah.
I sent a question to Melissa, I think.
Yeah, because she is an employee of,
record for one of the county, but it's also for the region then.
See, that's where,
no,
That's where some more, I mean, you know,
right,
because we don't need to directly be the employee. of
No,
record.
we don't have to.
Winnebago
No.
doesn't- Wouldn't think you would have to be
Right.
eventually, but,
as of right now, she is an employee of Winnebago
okay.
County.
yeah,
Because Hancock, and
Yeah,
even though they backed out, they still appointed her as
right,
their mental health advocate. And
Okay.
so, and that's getting paid through their region because they're a different region than we are now.
okay.
So that makes it even more confusing, you know, it's just, it's so many different directions this can go, but as for now, we are league by code, supposed to have a mental health advocate, we do.
Okay,
We may need to look into how the payment thing is gonna work, or whatever, but right now, it's all going through Care Connections as they are paying
okay,
the advocate position.
So we're basically paying through the region.
Yes,
okay.
yes,
Like I said, I don't want to be doubling down here. so-
right.
because they can't pay, but they do.
Okay.
Jeff,
Oh,
okay. Oh, what, do you have some input here or what's going on? Oh, we're talking about the mental health advocate right now.
It's a 10.
10 is the closed session.
I sent him. the
Oh,
email.
okay.
I sent him. the
That's
email
at 10
too.
o'clock.
And he's probably in court.
Yes. In between.
Oh, it is. What are you talking about? Oh, we're talking about it right now.
Hmm.
Yeah, she said she called in before the meeting this morning, said she was being on Zoom.
She is.
She is.
Gotcha. Are you on Zoom? Oh,
We'll put 'em on
oh,
speaker.
gotcha. Okay. Yep, bye. He was in on the mental, he wanted to be in on the mental health deal, but he's on his way to court, so he can't be blah, blah, blah. And he'll try to get in on the 10 o'clock one.
Okay. Okay. Well, so do we need to make an action? Is that what you're? or
No.
We good?
No, we've
Okay.
we've already appointed that position before, so nothing has changed other
Okay.
than we are no longer part of 180 with WHW.
Perfect. Well, that
I'll get
was-
the rest of the final details. Melissa's got a little more info, but
Okay,
as of now, we are fine.
we're good. Okay.
Thank you this is Ruth. Thank you very much for keeping me as your advocate. I enjoy what I do. I'm grateful to have a position with the county and to take care of the residents.
Yeah, sorry about the confusion. We're just double,
No.
we're crossing our T's and dotting our I's.
All right.
but-
No, I am. I was caught off guard when I heard that it was possible that you guys were looking for someone else. I was like, but I'm glad to remain in the position and thank you. And Mark, I won't call you afterwards because I've got my questions answered. So thank you very
Perfect.
much.
All right,
Okay,
we'll be
bye-bye.
in touch. Thanks. All right.
Bye-bye.
So, okay, the bid letting again for contract services, for people services, I should say, right? For the commercial district.
Yeah.
Yeah, water and sewer out here.
Yeah.
Did you get any?
Well, that was all last week. Jason was busy last week.
Yeah, that's right, he was
We're
on.
supposed to be meeting up this week.
So you'll meet this week.
Yep.
Or just leave it on for next week then, or wait for you.
We can leave it on and
I can
just,
leave it on.
that
there,
way we
yes.
won't forget to put it on.
Right, right.
Just saying also.
It's easy to skip over it
weekends.
instead of bring it back. So
Doesn't
no,
hurt
just
to-
leave it on there for next week. and Hopefully Jason and I'll have some answers.
Okay,
next week.
yeah, no, Melissa won't be on, I assume, today yet. Next, it's gonna be 3 weeks, so, okay. The duct cleaning, we still have something on that?
Oh, oops, I didn't take that out.
Okay, no problem. I didn't know something else came up. Chris isn't on today. Set public hearing date for the wind ordinance.
And who has the public notice or whatever
Oh,
to be able to put in the paper?
gotcha.
I'll get you one. When, let's see. So you're gone the 20th, Enos?
Yep.
So I'll do the first one, the 20, what's today? 6th.
Mhm.
So if we get it, next week could be
So,
27th would be, that'd be 10, 12 days, so. I'd say we set the first date for the 27th.
it's on the motion.
That's a motion.
Just a second.
I'll second it.
Moving seconds at the public hearing date for the wind ordinance, first reading, we're on the 27th of June. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion will carry.
Jack will get you a public notice.
Okay,
Okay.
Friday at noon. By Friday at noon.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, so we don't have till 10 o'clock, closed session. Department head discussion. Anything?
Jump back.
Did I miss one?
Number
The only
20.
thing is, we
Oops.
don't have any, we don't
Sorry.
have a
Yep.
resolution or anything written up for this.
Right, extended
text
moratorium
that.
on the winter. Sorry, I missed that.
Like, you can use the one we have, we'll just have to change the date on it. So leave that up for next week, I guess.
All right.
Well, we'll amend the resolution.
Okay.
You gonna put that together?
It's already there, I can change the date.
Just change it.
We'll just amend the one that's there and change the sunset.
Department head discussion. Sheriff? Anybody? Anybody out in Zoom land? Okay. Supervisor weekly.
All I had was that meeting over in, with Mitchell on the
Oh.
engineer, so.
Yeah.
And you guys went to that. and you
Yes.
guys-
AJ?
At the same meeting with Mitchell County Supervisors, and then I went to Emmitsburg Care Connections. We went through and approved all of our grants, just over $1 million in grants given out that I talked about before. So those were all approved. And they're done. So we've gotten or we're just about to the threshold of carryover fund balance that the state is telling us to be at, so we will not miss out on any payments from the state. We've gotten down below that threshold, so we will get our quarterly payments. We're not leaving it in Des Moines, so.
What was the final you're allowed? Is it 10%?
Yeah, it's 40% this year. I think 20% next year, and then it's going to 5%. So 5% of us right now is gonna be $84,000.
That's all.
And our normal monthly claims is probably over 100.
Right.
So we're gonna be pushing our legislators again next year, because session's closed next year, to try to get it to 10%, because we're cutting it way too close to have any operating money whatsoever. We just don't want to upset providers, and
Yeah.
they're not getting paid on time, because if we're waiting for a check from the state to pay them, and
That's the biggest thing that the juvenile detention always runs into. The state doesn't get their reimbursements on time. And
exactly. So hopefully we can work on our legislators a little bit to get that to at least 10%, so we have at least more than a month's worth of
Yeah.
operating funds.
It's nice.
And are they working on asking for the final payment to get the money out of our Fund 10?
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't, Carmen hasn't talked to you about that.
Yeah, I haven't-
Carmen,
I sent the
Clay County?
reports like normal, but yeah,
Okay, unless that's coming out after.
it should be by June 30, because we don't, it's not in the
Right.
budget. Fund 10 isn't even in the budget next year.
Right,
Yeah,
that's what I figured she was.
but she's got a few weeks, but
Okay.
yeah, we just got.
Carmen should be taking care of that from Clay County, so maybe she'll get something to you here for this next, before the end of the year here, so.
Okay.
But other than that, that's all I had, so.
So the last meeting I had was public health. And we had, Saragordo County Public Health was up there helping us with the tobacco grant stuff for next year. Biggest thing in discussion there was on all the vaping that's going on, and not necessarily adults, but they said that roughly 40% of the students in high school, starting from middle school and up, are vaping. And issues they're having there, enforcement and discipline. And I never realized this, that any business, and I don't even know if like the courthouse, but I don't think we'd have to act on it, because I don't think there's any smoking allowed, but vaping is allowed under state law in places like restaurants and bars, and unless they, individual owners, pass a resolution or a rule and post it, people can vape in there. And they talked about all the interesting ways that the kids are vaping in the classroom and in the restrooms, and they're getting grants and stuff to put alarms in the bathroom, but a lot of the schools have just got to the point where they've stopped responding, because that's all they do all day long. The teachers is try to enforce that, and they also have to have policies, in fact, I guess, to even enforce that. Even though they're under 18 years of age, they can still get vape products. So that was there. NICOA came up. They talked about their early Head Start programs, how that's going, and another one's there talked about the I Smile program for the kids and getting those kids. And the biggest trouble there is in the North Iowa area, there's only 2 pediatric dentists that are at least 6 months or more booked out. So
wow.
getting kids in and all of a sudden get an infection and stuff is tough. So they're dealing with it, getting antibiotics and stuff and trying to keep them on that regimen so that until they get into the dentist and get it taken care of. It's good. And then we also have discussion again. Anybody that knows on our end that wants to work in the public health field, we really appreciate it. We still have not had an application. So as of now, we're still holding on a starting wage. If it continues on, I don't know what we're going to do. We don't want to have to be in competition with the hospitals, but it's. So like I said, you hear anybody that is interested in public health, would appreciate the recommendations. So I guess that's all I had. So, okay, anything else for next week's agenda that we need to get on? So we have a Zoom meeting tomorrow, don't we, with that, and that's not on the agenda.
Is that 2 to 3, 3 to 5, 4?
Something I'd have to look at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I need
Yeah.
to know that
Sorry,
stuff.
yeah.
before
Sorry.
you
I
can-
forgot about it, just popped up again.
So what is it?
It's that,
Winworth Backhoe,
yeah,
OPM, they call it.
it's for the, what's
And
going
is there
on.
an agenda that's out?
No.
No.
there is
That's
no
not
agenda.
good either,
It's,
Well,
because they need to post it.
It's just another kind of question and answer session.
Yeah, it's similar to what we did before, they're just gonna let us know.
And I guess what we could do is we could, if it's a big issue.
So what
we-
time is it?
2 o'clock.
And it's a Zoom.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's a Zoom.
and if it's a big issue, we could all opt out for one of us, I guess. And do it
I
that
can
way.
get it on the board before
Okay.
2. I just, there's no,
Okay,
I don't know.
I
if
Sorry,
I had it
I
in my calendar and I forgot about it.
yep.
2 to 3. Tomorrow.
Sounds good. Yeah, it's just more further discussion on what's going on, or on the master plan out there at the Welcome Center, the I-35 exchange area is what it is, so.
Yep.
Try to get directions on where we're going with that. I think that's the only thing that I think that's coming up that I've got letters on.
Mhm.
I mean, no, we're not. Are we doing anything at the fair this year again, like we did last year with the EMS? Or- Okay,
Don't plan on it.
okay,
They wanna put that down on there as well in case 2 of us end up at the fair at the same time.
Oh, yeah. Just snuck up on me. this
Yeah,
year.
it's exactly, because I know I'll be there Saturday, I know that for sure.
I'll be there a couple days, I'm sure. So, okay. So we need to just recess the meeting, I believe, for now,
Yeah.
until we do the public hearing and, or the,
Well, and
Yep.
I think we can start talking to him, and then if he said possible closed session, so
okay.
do we just,
Was
Go
Hugh, I
back
think
in.
he is Hugh actually is coming, I believe.
oh, yeah, so we'll be good. We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
then.
that's what I understood.
Yeah, he
wanted to meet
wanted, the
with us
first
in
time he said
person.
he wanted to come in person, if he could.
We'll figure it out when we
That's
get
the
there,
case, then I
and
guess
just
we wouldn't even
recess.
need to zoom up, well, I guess for recording it would be,
Cause,
Yeah.
Zoom option would be good for recording, but
yeah,
if he's coming here,
it'll
then
be a different Zoom anyway.
unless
I don't know.
somebody else from his office is gonna participate in the Zoom.
Well, that's
portion.
Will's on for listening, or I'm not
I
sure
don't
what's
know
going.
either.
We'll figure it out.
Okay, so during the meeting,
Recess.
recess, I'd
Recess.
recess it. Okay, I'm gonna recess the meeting until 10 o'clock. All right, thanks, everyone. So now. Mark this one.
I've read one time, we like to recycle with the three pages. Maybe wonder which one is better. Is there a correlation with weather, good weather and bad weather? I agree. Like the ones like it.
Schedule more stuff today.
Jackie, I don't have a control panel where I can pause or turn the audio off.
Just come from Des Moines.
Yeah.
They can leave it.
Might have to do that on Joel's
And
machine.
what you probably, he sent an email off pretty early one morning, so I think he's in checking his emails, he's kind of.
I think those.
Well, I think they like to come in early because then nobody bothers them until like their office.
I know
opens up.
about that.
They get
Well, that's,
a couple hours of downtime with nobody in there.
yeah, I mean, like Greaves was always that way, you know, if you wanted to talk to, he'd go at 4 o'clock or talk.
Or
And back in the days when he was,
Right
you know,
now, iron's down.
where you go
in fact, he would do that, he'd set up an appointment like at 5 o'clock in the morning, if you really wanted to get in and discuss something. Versus doing it during the day.
Ready for batteries and that.
Friday night was nice too.
Yep,
Oh, yeah. Oh. I hear you, Jeff.
Mark was supposed to do it, but check it out. Yeah.
I can't get on the any
Did you wanna
control
pause that
panel to do
recording?
anything.
Okay, so I will reconvene the regular board meeting. And at this time, I will take a motion to go into closed session.
I'll make that a motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded. I will take a roll call vote. Oberg,
Aye.
Stone,
Aye.
maybe aye. We are in closed session. Shut the door. Regular meeting. We'll take a motion to close the regular meeting.
I'll make that a motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Moving in second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you, everyone.